I would like to introduce our chairman for this session, who has majorly helped me in particular in molding the program. So today, I would like to introduce Mr. Syed Adnan Ali. He is working as a consultant. So he is a former Qatar Petroleum personnel. He has tremendous, you can say, experience, 25 years of experience as managing different projects across the oil and gas industry and in the region of Qatar specifically. He's worked as management consultant, chief technology architecture, including 15 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, specifically for Qatar Petroleum. Adnan has also led corporate strategy teams as a value co-creation. He's a champion technical innovation specialist, productivity and conformance analyst, providing tangible endorsements and actively influencing the stakeholders by developing unique concepts that promote the enterprise strategic goals by combining market dimensions and the needs with rapidly evolving technological capabilities. Now, without me talking about him, let me get him here on the screen for all of you, and then he takes the session ahead. Mr. Syed, it's all yours now.
نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak, good morning, hello to everyone. Welcome to the second Data Management and Analytics Conference in oil and gas sector. I hope you are all well and you are ready for a fantastic day of discussion, insights and networking at this virtual conference that we call DigiConnect. My name is Adnan and I will be your host and chairman for this session. I want to thank Great Mind Event Management for organizing this wonderful program and all the hard work that they have put together to make it happen. I would also like to thank you, the audience, for joining us today. I hope you will find this event valuable and useful. And if you have any feedback or some follow-up, please do not hesitate to reach me or Great Minds for assistance. Thank you also for our speakers and panelists for sharing their insights and the support that they are going to give us today. And hopefully you can get as much out of them as possible during the course of today's event. And last, but certainly not least, thank you very much to our sponsors. Without you, we could not have put these events. And we really appreciate your support. And we hope that you find today's event equally beneficial in achieving your endeavors. So thank you everyone for being here today. Shortly, I will open the floor for panel discussions, keynote presentations, technical innovations. We'll keep it very interactive, or as Babita has explained, you can send your questions. Both me and Babita will be keeping an eye on them, and we will certainly, as the time permits, we will incorporate all of them. Before I begin, a few thoughts from me on the topic. Oil and gas industry was walking a tightrope due to increasing volatile oil prices and regulation changes to reduce pollutant emissions and attaining net zero targets through carbon capture, use and storage. And now the COVID-19 outbreak has added a major layer of uncertainty to the future of oil and gas industry. In 2020, pandemic has wiped out almost a third of global oil demand through lockdowns and travel bans, landing a direct hit on the sector. So ultimately, the revitalization of the oil and gas industry will depend on how quickly governments, healthcare organizations, and researchers move towards containing the COVID-19 pandemic. Data is the oil and gas industry's most valuable resource. The industry has a long history of collecting census data from subsurface oil wells to monitor assets and can leverage big data applications to analyze seismic, drilling, and production data. The result is new and actionable insights that create revenue opportunities, increase drilling and production performance, improve operational efficiencies, and reduce safety or environmental concerns. As a leading oil and gas CEO said, I will not mention the name, when you think about an oil and gas company, most people think about the molecules of gas or the oil or gasoline. But if you think about what we really do, we process information. It is just as simple as that. We never touch the molecule of our gas. It is in our pipeline or some tanks someplace. What we are doing is taking a bunch of information and using that information to make money. And it happens to be in the oil and gas industry. So as the definition says, it's all about data. It's all about information. In order for the oil and gas industry to fully realize the potential of data collected and make decisions more quickly, they must have the ability to capture, access, preserve, and transform it from both the edge and within the core. As such, petroleum companies need to capitalize on big data analysis to find new revenues, opportunities, improve operational efficiencies, reduce costs, and provide competitive effectiveness and differentiation. Oil and gas companies need to be more nimble and confident in their decision-making cycles as they engage in new ventures, generating new oil value from a tsunami of data. With the rise of pervasive computing devices, affordable sensors that collect and transmit data, exploration and production companies are now capturing more detailed data in real time at lower costs and more previously inaccessible areas than ever before. In fact, data volumes are now exceeding 10 terabytes of data per day for a single well. As this data pours in, it needs to be consumed by the business more quickly than ever before in order to make key decisions. To quote the economists, the world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, it's data. The oil and gas industry does not suffer from a lack of data. It is a question of how can we take all this data that we have accumulated and learn from it. Not just react to it, but use it to do something different in the future. Oil and gas companies can improve performance by applying modern analytic techniques to legacy data, allowing companies to operate more efficiently, cut costs, and operate safely. The predictive tools with a range of pattern recognition techniques can help companies spot trends, intervene early, and create repeatable solutions with predictable results. It's common and comfortable to use data for historical purposes, such as asking, what was our production? What was our economics for this well? But that's all backward looking. We should also be using data for making reliable predictions, such as analyzing the geology below the surface and comparing it against well performance can help companies improve their ability to characterize shale basins with less trial and error. Better analytics can improve the way companies manage the entire process of drilling and connecting a well, reducing lag time and minimizing the number of wells in process at a time. For example, transmitting microseismic 3D imaging over fiber optic cables can improve new well delivery performance. Collecting and analyzing massive volumes of geologic, operational, and performance data, each with many variables constantly changing, can help companies improve and optimize drilling parameters, well spacing, and completion techniques, especially as they drill more wells and bring them online. How can we create leverage how can we creatively leverage the large data sets we have in our companies to solve new or old problems? Well, I think you shall get some strong insight from our esteemed speakers and panelists today. So let's begin with a small introduction video, and then we'll take it up forward.